That's the challenge.
Yeah, good afternoon. Thank you, Professor Sabaz Khan, and dignitaries sitting here, and the participants, students. It's very nice. I would like to thank Professor Suntak Lee for inviting me. It was a great pleasure to be here. This is the second time I have come to Korea. Before I start, just a few things I would like to say. We all know the Stephen Hawking. He's a very famous scientist in UK. His physical body parts are not working, but his head is very strong. And he is a well-known scientist, you all know. That's why if head of the family, head of the organization, head of the country are stronger, we move forward. And that's the reason Korea is going far ahead, and Daegu especially, because you got a very good headship, leadership, so you are working on it. Now, if you see here in nature, the heart never stops and the hydrocycle never stops. So we have to save the both. But when we see this kind of graph, we find that it's reducing. And previously I said hydrologic cycle never stops or heart never stops. So why? Because its cycle is not changing. We are changing land uses. We are changing the quality. We are deteriorating. We are changing its routine. That's why we are not getting really the fresh water on time. And that's the main reason we are really having the problem of this. Just for example, I'll give you a very simple example. That if I go to a doctor, if I need an injection, it will have a particular amount. He will take the injection, the drop in the injection, remove the air, and that put in my body at a particular location with a particular speed. But this is what we are not doing. And that's why we always talk of water crisis. In the morning session, there was a very good study that how the water crisis will be there, 30% reduction, 30% higher, how it will change. And if we connect that with the historical analysis, how land use has been changing for the years, we can really do a lot. Now, same thing is happening in India and many countries. We work at local level. I will be presenting here the local level water conservation, sustainable water resources which are being used at various locations in India. There are many methods. You see the Indian village. We have a storage tank over here, storage of grains, and this is the real village. We can see that people are moving without considering their hygiene or hygienic point of view. You know, our forefathers were very smart. They were knowing how to conserve water, how to retain water. And when we used to have this agricultural area, we were having big size bunds. We were having the bunds of this size, double the size width of this, so that water will be conserved in one area, rainwater. When it overflows, then only it can go to the other field, and like that it will move downwards, downstream. Nowadays, if you go to agricultural farm, especially in India, you will find that the bund size, the boundaries are reduced in a big way, very small boundaries, and width is also reduced. So, all the topsoil, which is very fertile, all the water, if there is a little rain, it overflows and it goes to the next one, and we are having water quality issues, point and non-point sources of pollution, mostly non-point source pollution coming from this area. Now, you see that they are taking this, the people are working at local level. My previous speaker also mentioned that they are working on local level, and they are carrying out a lot of studies. In India village also, they are having good water conservation, but pollution problem they are not able to solve, and they have real hygiene problem. You see, they have canal system, but in this canal system, we are putting a lot of industrial wastewater. We are putting a lot of municipal wastewater. And besides that, beyond that, we have non-point source pollution, because we feel that if we put more fertilizer, chemicals in the field, production can be increased, which is not true. I have a couple of publications in ASC. You will find that 70 to 80% these fertilizers are going to this rivers during rainy season or to the groundwater, and it pollutes. But of course, people do not know. They live by the side of this road, and we carried out a detailed study of health centers besides this canal system, river system, to find out what kind of diseases they have. And we found that it depends on by the site, locality, what kind of chemicals we are using, and they are having diseases related to those chemicals. Now, again, in the villages, there are many DFID and USAID and many funding agencies are coming up. They are developing the village and getting the local solutions, because groundwater is available in some northern part of India, in Ganga basin. In southern part we don't have, but many industries, many organizations are coming up forward to give the local support and get this village problem solved for sustainable water resources. In some of the desert areas, they are bringing water from far off places. That's true. And they may get sweet water. In Rajasthan is in the western part of India, and you will find that we get water, but they have to carry sweet water from far off places. My viewpoint is here that we have water, we are working on at local level, trying to provide water for sustainability. They are happy, they have a lot of hygienic problems, but we are not really coming out with a universal solution, common solution. And you see these women are still happy with their point of view. Now there are some small storage structures which have come up. I also made 8 minutes time, so it's still I have. Yeah, I also made. Yeah. Yes, sir. I also made 8 minutes. So they have come up with some storage structures. You can see rainwater harvesting in this area. Then now, the point is, what I want to say is we should come out with the decision support system. We have done in our institute, we have developed some decision support systems which can be very well utilized. Of course, I will finish in 1 minute. It can be very well utilized by the planners, by the stakeholders, by the villagers, by the policymakers. Anyone who is interested can really go for decision support system. They if I am giving a treatment for my ear, I should take care of my stomach, because stomach gets upset if I take high antibiotics. So they are related. So what really we are doing at the moment in our country, in India, is in the piecemeal. So this one example I give you, success story. They have come out in the northern part of India, and I live over here. I am over here somewhere. So now this is the huge. We have huge amount of flood. We have huge amount of drought, and lot of mechanisms we are applying. The techniques we are applying for administrative approach for zero tolerance to life and restoration. If there is any damage, and you can see these are different blocks, districts in this. We had flood problems in some of the areas, drought problems in some of the areas, and then we found that a lot of crops has been lost, a lot of people are lost, buildings are lost, a lot of villages are affected. So like that, we have so many things, and then to cope up with that disaster, we go by the phase-wise. Phase 1, Phase 2, and Phase 3 to cope up and come out with any kind of disaster from there. So finally, we are using this decision support system. It has many components. For detailed discussion, we can talk during tea time or in the evening of hours, but we have a very good system we can develop. Why we develop this? Because we can generate our own, we can customize our own models, its parameters, and couple it with the GIS and remote sensing and come out with a very good solution. So this is all about this modern toolkits, what really we use here. And these are the schedule or the flow chart for different models for point source and non-point source pollution. And then finally, our purpose is, objective is that we should have sustainable water resources for rural people, but not in a piecemeal, like treatment of the hand, nose, ear. No, we should have a holistic approach. We should know the body system, what medicine is suitable for me, so I should be given the treatment. What medicine is suitable for you, you should be given proper treatment using decision support system. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Professor.